Well, I figured we should do a junkyard update, Boneyard junkyard Jeep collection. So today's Thursday the 27th of June, and I just finished bringing up the 46, 47. I'm already forgetting what years they are. Just brought this up for display. I don't need it down the shop at all anymore. So I think this is 1946, 47 CJ2A. It's got like 45,000 miles on it. Let's just check. Yeah, 45,000 miles on this engine. Of course, the drivetrain's been swapped, the motor at least. Transmission was stock, is what he's telling me. It was new since back then. They used it for 20 years strong. And at some point in the 50s, they swapped that to an F-head for more horsepower. So did a hood scoop on it. And then touched up the paint, fixed some repairs on it, and then drove it till about 68 and then parked it. So I'm gonna go say the speedometer and this transmission stock, the motor was swapped out. So I'm gonna say those motors are true for the transmission at least. But anyways, that's the specs there. Hardtop I could tell was not been off since the last paint job. And like really looking at the windshield, they painted right over the seal. And like it's sticking. Paint opened up, so they never opened the windshield ever after they painted it red. I mean, it was factory red. They just put extra paint on top. Of course, they had to paint over top the galvanized, so that explains that. Seats are in good shape. I don't see any tears. I mean, some minors, but nothing I can't deal with. Been patched in, of course. Gas tank, I would replace it or get a nice, take it out and do a nice flush. But it doesn't look rusty, it's just debris inside. I can tell from the gas cap, not the proper gas cap. Take the gas cap off, it's all kind of crusty. I'm sure things fell down. Got up right through there, the key's still in there. I did get the windshield to open up myself, but it only goes so far because you have the rainwater. So it does go, that's it. The wiper blade's hitting it as far as it goes. Shifter arm's been bent, which is fine. Those all shift fine. Handbrake, I can't get it to pull out. Got choke, throttle, light there. And light switch, and another light switch over there. And I got one vacuum motor. Hardtop's in good shape. Looks like maybe. The hardtop was yellow at one point. I can't really tell. Anyway, you got a patch there. That needs patched, same as the side panel piece there. That's it for rust in here. I mean, there's more rust. I'll show you next. The big thing is it needs a whole new floor. That's the biggest thing this thing needs, is a new floor. Big thing is to show you. There is no floor. So, no toolbox. So it needs a whole new floor permission. This Jeep, that's what the major thing it needs besides tires. Tires hold there, except that's the wrong wheel, and that wheel is shot. So anyway, so this needs a new floor. I would save the galvanized patches. I would care less. They're done well. I'm not gonna argue, but we'll just touch up the paint at least. And then floors, new tires. That's all it needs. I deal with this lock on the passenger side. Locks it inside and goes to that hole. So, barn latch. So that's that. Got 16-inch wheels. Grill's in good shape. Okay, can't put this up too high. Only poor design of the hood scoop. Anyway. There's a radiator, horn, all that's fine. The big thing though is I have the air cleaner as well, but the motor's been swapped and it's stuck. I can't spin it the crank, but down below the big wrench, can't get it to turn at all. Maybe 1/8 inch it did maybe, but it's stuck, so it needs to be diesel down the cylinders. Yeah, it's all good weight. And it's got plenty of air filters for it, so. Get unstuck, I'll leave it in here. If not, put a L-head back in, but I don't know. When I bought both of these Jeeps, my intent was to keep this one as a trail Jeep, all stock, put a 3-point hitch in the back, full cage, windshield, and put 30s to 33s on it. I get some 33-inch TSLs coming I can put on, and just leave it weld the rear diff. I don't know, it's just a nice purpose-built trail Jeep. I'll get to the why it's so beat up, but that's my idea. Trail Jeep, true farm Jeep. My truck's a farm truck, but it's a truck. It's not a CJ, tight trails. I have 30 acres of woods here, and I can only just drive on main trail. I can't go off the offshoots and have more fun. So CJ would be better. And my intent with this thing was, as is, do a nice cleaning and sell it. I paid $1,700 for the pair of these two. My goal is to make 1,000 to 15 off this if I didn't keep it. This one, my goal was to make 2 to 2,500, and it's got a title, the original big small little title. So one problem is the title. The title says TL on it as trailer because the DOT screwed up. The notary is correct. Pink paper from the previous owner says CJ on it, but they converted the TL to trailer, so the DOT's having an issue on their part. They get it fixed back to CJ as it should be. He's got a pink paper as the receipt from the notary as it should be, but somehow during the process going to DOT then back to him because it was his father's Jeep, then went to him, and then I bought it. So jumping from his father to him, it got mixed up. So I'm trying to solve that right now. Then I'll get the title, and I can sell it. So I'm kind of waiting. This is not on the market yet, but I'll be happy if I sell the pair for $2,500. I'll make $700 on the purchase deal. That's fine, man. 20-minute drive to pick these Jeeps up. $700 in my pocket, quick money. Sure. If not, right now this is on the market. I have like 62 saves on Facebook. People that won and saved it. 1,200 people saw the post. 62 saves, but about 5 people messaged me. 2 friends also I shared it and they want it. They're coming to come tomorrow. We'll get it. Another guy coming Saturday and a bunch next week. I'm off work next week, so a lot of interest on this. But yeah, we'll see. My mind's like saying, let's keep this one. It's got a title. It'll be a while till it gets in my name. 16s on it. Just run what I could find. Same size tires. That wheel's destroyed. It's a bad bead. I mean, put a tube on it, might get lucky, but it's a bad one. I wouldn't trust it for airing down so much. It'll definitely pop off easily. But I do have 2 more 16s, so that one's a 15 back there. Over there, it came with another axle with 2 16s on it. So I have 1 extra 16 plus 1 for the back. So it comes with 5 16s. Well, 6, but 1's bad. Anyway, so if I keep this Jeep, title in my name, keep it. If I get the motor running, perfect. Be awesome. I do have another carb YF that's already rebuilt I can put on real quick. Change the electric fuel pump. And it's already 12-volt system, starter and such. Put a new generator, alternator on it at least. Delete the regulator. So pretty much wiring, updates, fuel system update, clean the tank, put the paint job, leave it alone, but fix the floor, touch up the red, bumper, leave it be probably. Yeah, I'd leave it be. Put a small winch up front, nothing overkill. Probably old school, worn winch. New shocks are missing. And tires. I mean, that's all I would do to it. I don't want to touch anything else. So, that's that Jeep. I'll deal with you later. Now this Jeep, we don't know what year it is. I posted as 47 on Marketplace. It's right in the middle. Between 46 and 49. So, I don't know. It's definitely based off the motor inside. Let's just take the chains off here. For me, owning a few motors, heads, I can at least tell it's not a 46. Based off those ridges, I'm kind of telling me that it's not a rounded head like my Supersonic I have. So it's telling me at least it's a 47 and newer, motor-wise. But that's all I get really based off that. There's no VIN tags. Is there a frame tag? There's a frame tag at least. Clean that up though and see what the frame is at least. But the motor does spin. Down below by hand, it spins freely. Might have back compression, but at least it spins free. It's not seized up. So this one has potential as a stalker. Everything's there. I have the crossover tube still. That's all complete, all original in here. I did power wash what I could, but this Jeep here was a baseball field Jeep. So that was the guy's deal with driver, going to work to YMCA as a maintenance guy. I guess he did HVAC, so he did good galvanized work, repairs. But this Jeep was a township Jeep used in the ball fields and maintenance on properties for school district and YMCA probably. I'm not really sure. Back in the 40s, 50s, my town's history of too much out that way, but it was mainly baseball field Jeep. Grooming the baseball fields and other fields there. There's no PTO shaft. I'm not seeing none of that, so it could have PTO back in the day, but I doubt it. Anyway, all that dust is just baseball field dust, is what I can tell. Power wash, if I could, it's still stuck on there. Anyway, that's really what's in here. Fenders are in good shape. The biggest thing is that like hat channel is destroyed on both. Other than that, the fenders are in good shape. And the hood, I don't know why it's cut, but it's cut. That's cut, and that's cut for no reason. I don't know. Throws me off why it's done that way. And a mirror there. Decent repair job. Patched up kind of badly. That's why it's a trail Jeep. The floor, I'd leave it be. I mean, add more patches. But here's the key. It's kind of funny. So you think there's a key. That key's broken, but it does work. Turns. Sure, that's the key. So I'd leave that be if it works. Miles on this thing are like 15,000 miles. It could roll over, but being a township parks Jeep, not really seeing the highways, I bet that's original miles. And plus, based off both of these Jeeps, the guy owned them up to 68 and then parked them, went off to Vietnam, served 38 years of service in the Navy, and they got back home and never touched them since then, till this year. So for 20 years total, 1940s Jeeps, 68 parked them in the barn and let them sit. So that's 20 years of their life. I have a very little doubt that these ever rolled over. Both these transmissions at least. So, definitely beat up. But seats are nice. I like the seats, and beyond, there's no backing. I'm cool with that. I'm sitting inside, I'm a tall guy, and I fit perfect. This actually feels comfortable to my back. So I'm gonna leave the seats alone if I keep the Jeep. Gas tank, again, I would clean it. Doesn't look rusty. I would still pull it though. Check it out. Wheels in good shape. Roll bar's not off this Jeep. I just have so many roll bars. Figured I'd put it on this one. Sell it with it, or else keep it. Yeah, beefed up floor at least. I'll take that. But the side's all bent off. Needs re-welded. You can tell they even reinforced it with some angle iron here, which I'm cool with. All right, that's on. Using a bolt to help stiffen it. Anyway, so that needs fixed. Tailgate, of course, is there at least. Back corner's bad. No turn signals, which kind of makes sense, but I just don't understand why it doesn't have them. But Troll Jeep, that's fine. Drawbars there. I'll leave it be. So, it's got 15s on it. They're all matching wheels. That's really it. Now let's go back to this Jeep. This has a bunch of parts inside, he included. So in here we have extra air cleaner. Got some, because this cookie, when they put the F in this thing, they buy another Jeep. I was kind of told Jeepster or a Commando possibly, but I don't know. But it came with extra parts they robbed off and probably scrapped the rest of that Jeep and put the motor in this. So extra clutch parts, air cleaners in that box. They got a flywheel disc, which is scrap, 12-volt starter, air starter, crossover tube, air horn, fuel pumps, and they got Warren hubs. Not the original box, I'm told, but it's these summer hubs they're called. So, if I keep this Jeep or I sell it, these go with it. That's my deal. On Facebook, post like, what are these worth? Between $200 to $400 for the hubs alone. I'll clean them up at least, but cool to have, but for me as an avid off-roader, even going to a car show, I'm gonna curl that curb. So it's very useless for me having those hubs. So I have no use for them. I mean, iconic, original Jeep, sure, but other than that, I don't have a use. Or sell them, make some money, then use them, not actually use them properly. So I prefer to have actual hubs. And my truck right now has automatic Warren hubs, which are very useful. Anyway, that's those two Jeeps, $1,700. All right, on to the next few Jeeps. Should go quick now. 1946 2A, bought this up at Dunkirk, New York for $600 with a title, but it's not, and the guy's, it's in his name, but he never put a new title to his name. He just stamped it, he signed it, old title, but never got a new title for himself, which means I bought it, I couldn't sign nothing. But I did sell the title to someone else. Data plates all been taken off, the frame and body and VIN tag and title, gave it to a friend in Michigan. He's gonna hassle with it and skip me, be the middleman. It's gonna go from previous owner right to him. So he's gonna hassle the title. I don't have to deal with it. Sold that for $250, title to him. Nice small little original title as well. Anyway, so a nice frame. I'm gonna just try to sell as is. It's a nice 46 roller. It's a clean frame, don't see cracks, don't see any major rust, just serviced. So sell it as is, trying to at least sell for 400 or best offer. It's got 15s, actually it's got 16s on it. So I kind of want to keep the wheels partially. My 49 pickup, I mainly bought this for the wheels. I couldn't find any wheels for 400 bucks at swap meets. For $200 more, I could buy a whole Jeep. Not so much of a whole Jeep, but enough parts. So I bought it for the wheels mainly. So I'm on a hunt trying to find tires for these wheels to put on my truck, and I prefer to have BFG KM3s, but I need to fit 16s by 7 by 30 inch to 31s. What I'm trying to find, it's just hard to find. Coker sells tires, but they're out of stock. So I'm like, I don't really know about those wheels to have. 15s are more common to find, I get it, but the 16s have a nicer look. Anyway, that's that. This Jeep I picked up the week I bought those Jeeps. I paid $400 for this, but we split the deal in half. My friend wanted the transmission for his AMC Jeep and the Dana 300, which we turned out to find the Dana 20 more valuable, and it works. But he said that's half the deal, you get it anyway. And so he's gonna run that in his Jeep behind a small block Chevy, which just had a small block in it, but it was free spinning. But I didn't want to deal and hassle the small block. And so I sold that for $150. Quick sale because I need money real fast to buy these two. I could have made good money on the small block, but quick sale, let it go. So that plus someone else made money on it. So I paid myself off already. So I'm just have a nice roller. The chassis is shot, but they got crossover, axles, hubs, and wheels are good. And a back drawbar. Try to sell. This one's a 2008 JK that Dad and me bought. You know, he bought it, but I put the title in my name. So I pay for the title and transfer fees. So I'm 200 bucks in. Dad's 300 bucks in. And if I ever decide to keep it into a Jeep build, which I want to build, I have an envision for a JK build. Cummins or LS swap. Dana 60, Dana 80, 40s. Evo suspension. Retro wheels like those, but big massive wheels for 40-inch tires. I have a whole theme. Tailgate swap to a drop down so swing outs. Stretch it 18 inches, put a big spare tire right behind the cab there. Custom half cab, roll cage, soft top, but a hard door, but also you have half doors. So much ideas, but it's easily a $20,000, $40,000 build to do it right. Basically 10 grand an axle, then motor and drivetrain and Atlas, and yeah, it's gonna hold. So I'm trying to hold on to it. If I could sell it right now for 800 bucks, make double the money on it, sure, I'll sell it right now. It's got a title. It's clean, not salvage. It's clean title, surprisingly. There's no rust on that frame. It's from Texas. Went to Ohio to insurance auction. Then I got sold to a guy here in Erie. He bought it to part it out, mainly the motor, for his other Jeep. And then here's what's left. That's what I'm going to be doing to it. Save that door scrap. Roll cage I don't want. So I really just need the tub and the chassis and title. That's all I'm after here. So works perfectly for my build. But yeah, I'm trying to buy my neighbor's house next year. build his shop up to my own personal shop to myself, move my Jeep stuff over there so Daddy can have his own place to himself, have a nice dream shop, nice 4-post lift, machine shop. Then we can start that JK build if I still have it. All right, that's that Jeep. We get some CJ2A frames here. I paid $50 for that Jeep with axles, grill, F-head with the motors over there. Transmission I sold. I'm just sitting on it. It's a good frame still. It needs a new triangle in the back cross member. Otherwise, it's a good frame for someone to restore. This one, yeah, it's half decent. Kind of bad there, at least. And the triangle in the cross is bad. So this frame's pretty shot, so it's probably gonna go to scrap. But it's not bad to not use. And then with my 62 pickup truck, I basically have a marketplace for $25. Because on scrap, I can get a little bit less. So, and not to have the hassle to help tear it down. Yes, it has good axles, but they're 488 gears or so for a straight 6, and which means I can't use the gears at all. I mean, there's a chance for my truck to save the shafts, save the drum brakes. It's really it. What's left I can salvage off from my own truck. So, it's gonna sit for a while. And then onto parts, we have these wheels. I'm gonna keep them. I'm trying to sell them, but I'm gonna keep them. I got rid of my big 35-inch tires to a friend in town, which he has 33 TSL swampers, massive tread, good life left, no cracks. But he wants 35s instead of 33s. Upgrade, bigger tires. I get it. He doesn't want the super swamper somewhere. He's a street car guy. He doesn't really need mud tires on it. It's like, I'll take them off your hands. Versus you try to pay him $10 at a shop to get rid of them, I'll take them. So I save these wheels for those tires. That way Jenny can have 33s, and then I go to Bantam, I don't get yelled at. So, it's true mud tires. Unlike BFG mud trades, they're mud tires, but not really that good as TSLs are. So, saving those. I got some Ford wheels here. These are uncut Ford wheels, so good rollers, but they won't fit front axles. And I got some Willys wheels there. That one's kind of bad, but still good roller. And they have 2 more good ones there. Just need new tires. Spare tire for Jenny. Jenny's exhaust tip for her stack eventually. 5-inch cat stack. If I ever get to do exhaust work, I'll do it. If not, whatever. I've already sold the hood to a friend coming Saturday. 2A hood. Tailgate, no one wants it yet. Panel hitch, Saginaw box, cut 15-inch wheel. Pending sale on these tires, they will fit those wheels 15x8s. They're like 30-inch tires. They're street tires, which are worthless as an off-roader. So I'm trying to sell them for $100. And I got the hood. The guy I sold the BFG tires and TSLs from, I gave him a fiberglass hood, which his whole Jeep's fiberglass, except the hood. So do you want the hood? It's gonna go to scrap. Sure, I'll take it because like they're so common. But something in the loop, that's like $2. Windshield stops, I mean, that's worth saving. It's good shape, but it won't fit Willys, so worthless to me. But I'm gonna salvage those off and scrap it or try to sell it to someone. It's got a small dent, a dent up there, but minor. Alright, that's this stuff here. We're not even done yet. Let's go over here. This stuff over here came with those 2 Jeeps I got for $1,700. What's getting long? I have a lot of stuff. Steering box. Many transmission parts off those parts Jeeps. You put the motor in that Jeep. So Danny 18, complete setup. Danny 18, case, another case. I've yet to dig through these buckets at all. I have a feeling this is PTO related, but I messaged my friend Tater, he has no idea. I would guess looking at that view is for the speedometer cable, but there's no place to screw it onto. So I have no idea what this is for. But everything else is just common T90 stuff. Foot pedal, but yeah, I gotta dig through that stuff. I got a week and a half off work. I'll do it later. So that's all those. Got drawbar over there. Alrighty, that bed's shot, don't good anymore. Chains are still worth something. Alrighty, move on. Finally. Getting small now and stuff. Here's the steer axle with those two Jeeps I got with 16 wheels on them. So that's that. Yeah, nothing special. Here's Jenny's old chassis, 49 chassis for $5 on Marketplace. It's better than scrap value. I don't have to cut the thing up. It's in good shape for someone who wants to use it. The biggest thing is weak and rusted and cracked is the common spot for all these trucks and wagons. So right in that area, I try to do a bush fix to get by, but I didn't want to play it that way. It's buying new chassis, but that's the weak spot, what needs fixed. So that's what needs done. Me and Dad made the frame straight using a trailer and tractor and chains, and we got it up to 1/2 inch level square. So it's still 1/2 inch twisted, and at that point the thing just cracked and snapped on us. So that crack is right there. So that's what needs fixed. So it's a decent frame if someone wants to put some work into it. Another roll bar. This came off of a AMC Jeep that came with that $400 Jeep, the LS 350. So 3-point hitch I got. Maybe if I keep one of those Jeeps, I'll make it a nice true farm Jeep. Put the 3-point hitch on the back, maybe. Drive shafts, got a truck one, I have another one in the garage for the rear, and then 2 front ones. 2-speed transmission, pretty worthless. I can't find anyone that wants it. For a V6 Buick, 2-speed automatic. Got an F-Ed for $40 for sale. I don't know if it's seized or not, but I could pretty well tell. It's been exposed to the elements for a while. I could have plugged them off, but as the previous guy had it outside for 2 years, like this too. So no matter what, it needs a full rebuild. So I stole parts off that I needed, so I'm all good. So, and then the 72 grill. And then the last parts of outside wise, there's still stuff in the garage, but I've still yet to unbox from the reunion. Never had time. Got a Dana 41 axle for a CJ2A, 4.9 inch if I keep my truck for the long term. I'm gonna do a 4.9 inch swap, disc brakes, air locker, eventually. AMC parts, which are just gonna go to scrap. And they got some wide track axles for 80s CJ7. So that's pretty much my outside stuff. I have my boneyard, besides a lot of skids, put parts on. So yeah, that's about it for my boneyard. And over there's my M416 box. The guy that wants it, but it's not showing up. Alrighty, that's enough of this video. So thanks for watching, looking around my Jeep collection of junk. So basically everything here is for sale, minus his wheels. 16-inch wheels off the 46. The JK is pending, I want to keep it somewhat. And one of those Jeeps I'll keep, most likely the red one I'll keep. But everything else is really for sale. Marketplace, my prices are always dirt cheap. Like market price, cut that in half, that's where I'm at. Because most of this stuff's been paid off by multiple times. Minus the JK. Yeah, actually everything else is new, so that's been well paid off. Everything, pretty much everything on this side's been paid off easily by multiple times. That stuff just trying to break even or make a slight profit. So anyway, that's all. Bye.